Hi guys, so in this video we are going to look at the difference amplifier. So let us determine the output V out of this circuit. First, we determine the voltage at the non-inverting terminal by using the voltage divider relation. Again, we assume that no current enters the input. So we have the V plus will be equals to R2 over R1 plus R2 times V2. Next, we apply Kirchhoff current junction law to the inverting input to get E1 plus E2 equals 0 because we assume no current enters the input terminals because of the high resistance value here. So we can have E1 equals minus E2. Now let's apply Ohm's law to find E1 and E2 in the circuit. So we know E1 will be equals to the voltage across R1 over R1. So the voltage is V1 minus V minus over R1. And E2 as well will be equals to the voltage across R2 over R2. So it will be V out minus V minus over R2. Therefore, minus E2 will be equals to V minus minus V out over R2. I expressed E2 in terms of minus E2 to respect this equation over here. Right? So by substituting the values of E2 and E1 into this equation here, we get V1 minus V1 minus over R1 equals minus E2, which is this. So V minus minus V out over R2. Okay. Now, by the effect of the negative feedback, we know V plus should be equal to V minus. So therefore, V minus is equal to V plus, which is equal to the expression above. So let's substitute the value for V minus into the equation. So we get V1 over R1 minus R2 V2 over R1 plus R2 equals R2 V2 over R2 R1 plus R2 minus V out over R2. Now R2 cancels out. So if we now express the equation like this: V out over R2, we take it to the other side, will be equals to V2 over R1 plus R2 minus V1 over R1 plus R2 V2 over R1 R2. Again, V out over R2 will be equals to. So let's find the common denominator of the second of the right term. So the common denominator is R1 is R1 plus R2. So at the numerator we are going to have R1 V2 minus R1 plus R2 V1 plus R1 V2. Now we have V2 R2 V2 R1, so we can write R1 plus R2 times V2 minus R1 plus R2 times V1 all over R1 plus R2. Now, if we divide everything by R1 plus R2, so this will cancel out. Finally, we get V out over R2 to be equals to V2 minus V1 over R1. Therefore, V out is equal to R2 over R1 times V2 minus V1. Okay. Now, if we set R1 to be equals to R2, then V out will be equals to V2 minus V1. So, with this, we come to the conclusion of the difference amplifier. See you in the next videos.